Hello there and welcome back to the bar. Load your drinks, bed in. We've got 4 or 5 minutes now just talking through the next menu item on the bar menu for this series. So in this episode, I want to look at the best practice portfolio review. How do you get the best out of a portfolio review meeting? So once a month, once a quarter, whatever it is, your leadership team will be reviewing the portfolio and how it's going and how it can be improved. And this is really all about how you get the most out of that portfolio review meeting. So what's the ideal dish? What are we really aiming for with a portfolio review meeting? Well, I think there's 2 or 3 things that most of the attendees, the right people in the room that you've got for the meeting want to know about. The first is, where are we? Where have we got to? What's the status? The second is, what do we need to worry about? What are the things escalated right up to the top level across 15 projects and programs within the portfolio? What are the things that we really need to worry about? The next thing is, what are you doing about it? And then the final thing is, are we under financial control at a portfolio level? Or, where are we in terms of balancing the portfolio? The second sort of area within the ideal dish is giving visibility. So having visibility of portfolio congestion and providing options for what we might do about managing that congestion and balancing it. So whether it's prioritization, whether it's resourcing or whatever it might be, is giving that visibility of the portfolio in that way to inform that part of the discussion. The third ideal element in terms of what we're aiming for is to enable those portfolio prioritization decisions. We're going to do that one, that one, that one. We're going to hold on that one. We're going to stop that one, whatever it might be, in order to release your benefits into the portfolio most effectively across the annual cycle. And then finally, in an ideal scenario, ideal portfolio review meeting, we want to generate confidence with the leadership team, with the face-to-face discussion. They're not really interested in what's on the screen. They're more interested, if there's a problem, they want to listen to the discussion. They want to see the whites of your eyes to see how much confidence you've got, because they will be able to read how much confidence you've got and therefore generate confidence themselves that this is under control, it's going in the right direction, it's being recovered in the right way, whatever it might be. So what are the problems that we're trying to solve with the portfolio review board? Well, firstly, and these are typical problems that we see. Firstly, execs turning up. So your leadership team turning up to an operational review or a portfolio review without having done any of the pre-read. So they're not informed, they haven't done their homework, they turn up to a portfolio review board, and then you have a challenge. How do you get them to take the right decisions without entering into big, long, detailed discussions during the meeting where you probably only have a couple of hours, maybe an hour, maybe less, maybe an hour and a half. The second is problem that we see time and time is far too much fog in the slides, just too much information on the slides and forgetting about what the really important agenda items are and focusing on them. And what we often see is the monthly report being put up on the screen as the slide to talk around. The monthly report is there to do a totally different job. It is there to inform them of the status of the program during that month. And the portfolio review board needs to be driving a very, very different agenda, much more about decision making. What are the key things we need to decide in order to balance and optimize the portfolio? And then the final thing that we see, the final problem we see time and time again that we want to try and solve is frustrated execs turning up to portfolio review meetings and walking away not really having had or having got what they wanted, even though sometimes they're the source of the problem. That doesn't mean that there's not something you can do about it. So what are the ingredients for this particular menu item that really make it work? The first one for me is separating your monthly report or your pre-read from the agenda item that drives the agenda in the portfolio review meeting. Portfolio review meeting, you might be covering 10 projects or 10 programs within the business. the priority ones. So in an hour and a half, you've probably got 10 minutes per program, realistically. And therefore, don't put your monthly report up. It'll just create a load of fog. You've got to have a structure that really drives the right outcomes of that meeting. So separate your pre-read from the presentation format. Not so difficult to do. The second thing is simple and visual meeting presentation formats. Keep them simple, keep them very concise. Don't worry about lots of text. No one's going to read a single word of text that's on a screen. They will not read them on a screen. So keep it simple, make it very visual, and make it stimulate the right discussion at that portfolio level. So make it simple for execs to access that pre-read. If you send around a PowerPoint pack with 30 slides in it, I almost guarantee very few of the execs are going to actually read any of those slides. In fact, we see time and time again PMOs generating portfolio packs that never get read. They're just not read, not by hardly anybody, maybe one or two people, but very, very few. So make it simple for them to access it. If they've got a large pack, they've got to wade through to find the bits that they're interested in. That just doesn't work. That's no good. If you have a tool that is a PPM tool and they have to log in to get to the monthly report, they won't do it. They just don't. They don't log in. So you've got to take that problem away. It's a key ingredient. And, and as I say, logins just don't work. It's not the way to do it. You've got to come up with different ways of doing it. So for us, the magic ingredient for really good practice portfolio reviews is concentrate on the desired agenda that will essentially drive that 10-minute period that you're talking about that program to generate the right outcomes for that meeting, whether it's prioritization, risk mitigation, whatever it might be. But concentrate on that desired agenda and create a format that drives the agenda. Don't, concentrate on the quality of the discussion, not the slides themselves. They're interested in how it feels when people are talking about that risk. Does it feel like they're in control? Does it feel like they've got a mitigation that makes sense? Does it feel credible? They're not really interested in what's on the slide. So concentrate on the quality of the discussion, not on the quality of the slide. We have a magic ingredient, as we have with many of these things, to help you run a brilliant portfolio review. If you click the link in the post, in the LinkedIn post that you would have received, we will be delighted to show you our magic ingredient for this particular one. And if you can take advantage of it, so much the better. All the best. Thank you for coming to the bar chat today. It's been great to have you in the bar, and I hope you've enjoyed the topic we've been talking about. Now, if there's anything in this topic, if there's anything in this bar chat that's particularly resonated with you, or there's a challenge that you're facing with your portfolio or your program or your stakeholders or whatever it might be, then one of the things that I'm offering is a free private bar function. So you can either come into our very own bar and come and be a part of it, and I promise you there'll be a drink waiting here for you, or I'll come to you, or we'll have a phone call, and we can maybe kick the tires on over a bar chat on a challenge that you're facing internally with your program, portfolio, or whatever. If you want to do that, please take me up on the offer. I don't expect anything in return, and I really genuinely don't. You're very welcome to just click the link in the post on LinkedIn. There's a link in there. Connect and register, and we will be in touch to sort a private bar function out. Come and see me in the bar.